Bonjour everyone, I am so overwhelmed by the love shared under my ferritin recovery journey video where I explained how I went from 5 to 51. I haven't had that many comments under a video before, especially a long form video, and the comments are all super nice, super relatable, super insightful. So I thought I would talk to you and react to some of them while I walk to meet a friend for a coffee chat. I hope you understand that I won't be able to get to all of them, but I try to group some by topic, and I hope I cover most of the open questions. All right, let's go. So let's start with the first group of questions. This is about normal versus optimal levels. So we have Sullivan asking if ferritin level 17 is good or if it should be improved. And we also have Lola Lune that shares that all her life her ferritin was around 10 or 12 and the doctors didn't say anything. In fact, they said that's normal and they only reacted when her ferritin dropped to 7. All right, I wanted to start with this because I think it's very important to have this knowledge. Lab ranges only show statistical average of a population. It goes from 15 to 150, and this is what they call normal, okay? And the low number that you see, for example, 15, is just defined as the bare minimum to prevent severe anemia. But to truly thrive, you need to aim for optimal levels, is the second half of that range. So 50 is not really in the second half, but it's near it, and it's actually a very good start. In fact, when I was around 50, this is when my hair stopped falling and that I finally had energy to start working out. But from 70, this is where you thrive. I know that some labs provide better designed results. Mine is as simple as this. I wish that we had proper distinctions, where they clearly show us what's low, what's normal, what's optimal, what's elevated. I think it would be much clearer for us to understand that we have room for improvement than just putting everything under the normal umbrella. I'm putting this table here again for you to see the different levels and their meaning when it comes to ferritin. The second group is about dosing and the duration of taking iron pills. So basically the questions were around how many iron pills should you take and for how long. This is why I actually encourage you to work with a health professional to guide you on this journey, because it really depends on your situation. What's your current ferritin level? For example, my new Andy told me if my ferritin would have been very low, let's say below 30, she would have recommended me to take a higher iron dose. But because it's above 30, it's not as critical as it used to be. I don't need that much iron anymore, because there is also a limit to how much iron your body can absorb, and too much iron can also block absorption. That's why some doctors even recommend you taking your iron pill every other day. But if the question was more about the blood builder, which has only 26 milligrams of iron in it, so it's really like a moderate dose, I just follow the instructions on the packaging, okay? It says 1 pill a day and to not go above 1 pill a day. When it comes to the duration, it's a good practice to try for 3 months and then test again and see if it moved the needle or if you need to change strategy. I guess the follow-up question is here, what if I'm not optimal even after 6 months taking that pill, or a year? What should I do? For how long should I keep supplementing overall? That's also a big question. Honestly, I don't have an exact answer for this. For me, I've decided that right now, at this stage of my life, I need this iron pill. And I also know that if I stop, I will go back to anemia. Yeah, and there is no way I'm going back to this. No way. That said, I do want to reach a point where I don't need the pills, but for that, I need to understand the root cause, which is exactly what I'm currently working on with my new doctor, and I will update you on it because, we are learning a lot every day about what's going on in my body. But I briefly touched on this in my previous video. It could be because you are losing too much blood. It could be because of your diet is not iron rich enough. It could be because you have gut issues, so you cannot really absorb any nutrients, at least efficiently. It could be because you are working out too much. There are so many variables, right? So for me, taking an iron pill is hopefully just a temporary bridge until we find out the root cause and I reach optimal level. Then we have a bunch of questions about copper and zinc. And I loved reading those questions. So basically you're asking me if I have other mineral deficiencies. All I can say now is stay tuned for my next video because I did further testing. What I can share already is the big lesson from this whole experience. Everything is connected. I think I said it in my previous video, but it's really true. At the end of the day, yeah, you can't really look at one single mineral in isolation. This is what I did, okay? Again, I'm learning every day and also didn't have the medical help to help me see things differently. But I don't want to spoil what's coming, so just bear with me a little bit longer. Thank you. The next group of questions are about the fibroids. How many fibroids do I have and what tea or herbs I have been taking to manage them and regulate my periods? Okay, for the fibroids specifically, I might make a separate dedicated video if enough of you are interested in that healing journey because this is a topic on its own. But to answer the question, depending on the doctor and when I'm checked, sometimes I have one fibroid, sometimes I have 3. So I definitely have one that is 5 centimeters big, 5 to 6, okay? And the other ones, when they are detected, are much smaller, they're about 2 to 3 centimeters, okay? When it comes to the herb protocol, I was given one for free by an association here in Germany that helps women with their health issues. It's called Feminist Women's Health Center Berlin. And I love that these associations exist because as I mentioned in my video, all these tests cost money and going private costs money. It's just amazing that there are associations out there supporting people who don't have the budget for it. So maybe you also have something similar in your country or your city. Back to the protocol, the woman recommended me to take Vitex as a pill plus a mix of 5 other herbs from that list. She told me just choose 5 from that list, any herbs you want, and make a tea with those herbs that you will drink 3 times a day. I had to take the Vitex and the tea from day 14 to bleeding. I have been doing this for over a year. That protocol really helped me. I don't have PMS anymore. I used to hate having my period, guys. You don't understand. Probably you don't understand. If you're a woman, you understand. With fibroids, you understand. I was so moody. I hated that whole state. It was horrible. But today, I embrace it, okay? Sometimes I don't even realize that my period has started because I have little cramping. It's really day and night. However, I actually stopped this tea mix and Vitex this week. I stopped it because, as I said, I have a new doctor and we come up with a new protocol that I can't wait to share with you, along with everything that happened since my last blood test. You don't want to miss this video, guys. You don't want to miss it. Then we have a bunch of questions or comments about record keeping and standing up for yourself. So we have Barbara who says, I also want to say I appreciate your scientific approach, keeping records of items tried to compare against blood work results. I will tighten up my record keeping as it will help when I next see my doubting doctor. Not the doubting doctors. We all have the same doctors. And I think I have the perfect comment to pair it with from Ether Real. It wasn't just a pill, it was a journey. Way to go on advocating for yourself. No one will ever be more invested in your health and well-being than you. I had to deal with doctors who clearly didn't care or didn't have time to care. I don't want to be too harsh on them. I think they also have their reality. But once you are truly motivated, once you finally understand this is not a joke, and when you are serious about solving your deficiencies and you realize that the doctors aren't matching your energy, for many of them, you are just a number. So yes, after many tears, I realized I was alone in this. So yes, I took it very seriously. I have a folder in my laptop where I save every single blood test properly. I also have a health journal. I write down everything. I know my numbers, and I have a table to track my growth, which is also good for the motivation, And I also go to every appointment with bullet points and questions. Okay, I'm going there prepared. I'm not kidding around this time. No. And I see when doctors see you taking it seriously, they see you with your notes and your annoying questions. They have to match your energy a little bit. They have to, a little bit at least. So yes, Barbara, let's do it. Let's be methodical. Let's write things down. This project is serious. Barbara also shared something else very interesting. She said, I'm going into my second year of arguing with my doctor. I feel the pain. My last visit, he said, you are a lot older now. When I asked what his suggestions were at this point, his attitude was that things could be a lot worse. So I should be thankful about what I had. I wanted to punch him. I also want to punch him. I went home and bought some cast iron to use for cooking, which is, by the way, a very good tip. I also need to buy one. Girl, I can feel the pain. I'm not even going to ask you why you are sticking to this doctor, because I know how it's not always easy to find good doctors. I have told myself the same thing every time I leave an appointment, crying, I'm done with them. I'm going to find a new doctor. I'm tired. Why is they not listening? And then I don't do anything. And always end up going back. Because at the end of the day, you actually don't meet these people that often, or I hope you don't meet them that often. So you're like, all right, I'm just gonna be mentally prepared to face whatever they're gonna tell me. What I have realized is this: my doctors so far don't like curious people. They don't like being questioned. They don't like to be challenged. So for my own peace of mind, I decided to only rely on them for what they are really good at, taking my blood and sending it to labs. For anything beyond that, listening, actually investigating, building a real protocol. For this kind of deep dive health project, I realized I need either to be very lucky to find someone willing to do that with me in the public health system here in Germany at least, or go private and see a functional doctor, a TCM practitioner, naturopath, integrative doctor, someone whose entire job is to help you dig deeper. The last comment is about working out. It's a comment from Decolonized Artist. I had an IV iron infusion 2 weeks ago, went to a dance class last night, and I was out of breath, while 60 and 70 years old women were fine. Funnily enough, I look like the fittest person in the room, strong muscles and slim, iron deficiency all my life, and need to sit or lie down most of the time. I laughed at it because it's been my whole life too, and I was really a joke at every sports class, I remember, and I actually made a video about exercise intolerance, explaining exactly this, how exercising while you are deficient can generally work against you. So if you are anemic or deficient, please take it slow and build up gradually before jumping into intense workout. Listen, I have never liked exercising. Never, ever. Okay. I was known to be the lazy girl of the group. Okay. If it's the same for you and exercising feels like suffering, your body is generally struggling to keep up simply with that extra sweating and heartbeats when it doesn't have what it needs. For me, it was only when my ferritin improved and also my vitamin D that my body gave me the permission to finally move. It was almost magical. Once my body had enough of what it needs to move, it told me, okay girl, now you can do 10,000 steps a day. Okay, now you can add Pilates. Okay, now you can jump rope. But before that, I couldn't. So yeah, the learning here, I guess, is take your time. Don't push yourself. It's okay to not exercise for a while you are healing, basically. Hope it helps. And voila! I'm going to have this pain au chocolat and this hibiscus tea. That pain au chocolat is a naughty choice, I know. but time to time, it's okay, I think. In the meantime, don't forget that I have a Substack. I want it to be a place where we motivate each other. I really want it to be the little hub where we can share our healthy meals and celebrate our milestones together. Speaking of which, one milestone I want us to celebrate right now is from Ruvia9312. She says, my blood work came back and I'm officially a 43 ferritin girly. Yeah! But you gave me the motivation to increase it even more. I'm definitely going to try this. Thank you. She's talking about a small tip I gave in one of my shorts. Ruvia9312, congratulations again. As I said in my response to you, such comment also motivates me. You have no idea. Let's celebrate her in the comments. Let's drop rocket emoji to let her know that we are cheering for her on. And if you have reached a milestone, feel free to drop yours as well in the comments. It can be as simple as I managed to take my iron pill every day this month, or I cut out coffee. Okay guys, bisous bisous, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.